Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. We on the next episode. I know it's been a while since we posted, but we gonna get them rolling and everything. So let's go back to what the purpose of this podcast was. So we can have fun, talk about everything, and you can respond and everything, of course, always. But the main goal for this podcast was for us to talk about games when we're not making videos about them. And we'll be on all the games that I'm interested in. We all over the place and everything. We'll talk about some game news, some topics and everything. Today, we're gonna focus on speaking about the games I like this year. Like the games that came out this year, there was some good ones. There were some really good ones that came out this year. We got a lot of good ones. We got some of the best of the best. Like this year, we got what did we kick off the year with? We had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at the beginning. We talked about that in the last episode. So we won't really go over that too much. We had Persona 3 up in there. We had some good ones up in this one. We had Unicorn Overlord came out. Yeah, that Unicorn Overlord was great. Like I know people might have forgot about it, but it was great. But closer to the end of the year, we started getting some other ones. Like we got let's go into some of those other ones that I need to shine a light into. We got to what's it called? Okay, so when we started moving into the later half of the year, we started realizing we was gonna get stuff like Spark and Zero was coming. So we finally got Spark and Zero, guys. This is in a post Spark and Zero world. So let's go ahead and talk about that one right now because there was a lot of hype to Spark and Zero, and oh man, the build up to Spark and Zero was crazy. We hearing I'm hearing beef with the YouTubers talking about, oh, I'm going to get you in Sparking Zero. Oh, I'm going to get you. I was just laughing. I'm hearing the small YouTubers like, oh, this going to make or break our channels. I'm like, oh, this is funny. Like, I definitely was going to play Sparking Zero. I'm like, I play all the Dragon Ball Z games. I was down for playing Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero was, it was so anticipated. Like, we thought we was going to get Tenkaichi 4. Not the Tenkaichi 4, but our Tenkaichi 4. A modern day Tenkaichi 4, we can fight online fairly without modding the game. So we were like, oh yeah, this gonna be great. They bringing back all these characters. They got Super, and then as the game released, everything got leaked. I was like, see, the game series always getting leaked for some reason. Like every time we get close to a game coming out, before the developers can ever tell us, sometimes they wait too long. It just getting leaked. It just getting leaked. The leakers be on it. They be like, all right, here's the characters that's coming. And then we be like, maybe it's not true. Maybe we won't get those characters. And we always do. Then the official announcement come out and it's confirming the leaks. And I'm like, oh man, well, we learned about that 2-3 days or a week ahead. So that was unfortunate, but whatever. We got all our movie characters and everything. We were happy to have the movie characters back because we thought we wasn't going to have them. And we thought we were gonna have a lot of super characters, but that ended up not being the case. And they put nothing in there from Dragon Ball except for Dragon Ball Goku. And we got all the Gokus. It's the battle of the Gokus in this game. Cause when you get Sparking on day one, I remember playing it on day one. It was funny. I had the early access. So I played it I guess the 3 days earlier. And it was funny. The lead up of that, I was seeing people getting the game early and they were streaming Sparking Zero. And they was just, Namco Bandai was in their chat waiting on them. They was like, all right, you better stop playing right now. People in their comments were like, hey, Bandai in the chat, man, settle down. And then Bandai like, hello, what you doing there, sir? Bandai in the chat waiting on people, shutting them down. They were just shutting down the streams. I was like, man, Bandai hitting them with them copyrights. Bandai was like, you can't play my game into that early access. I told you, early access is when you can play it. Bandai wasn't playing. They in the chat, smooth talking, waiting on people. Bandai was cracking me up during that. And I'm over here like, I know I shouldn't be watching them, but I'm trying to watch these leaks too. I'm like, all right, you know what? I already bought the game. I paid my dues. I paid for the game. I don't get it yet until everybody else got it. I'm watching these people's leaks. I don't care about them leaking it. I'm like, oh, let me see if this guy make it. And every time I'm watching somebody's leaks, they getting shut down. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. So it was a funny time. And then when the game finally dropped, I remember playing Sparking Zero. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's time to play Sparking Zero. It is time to be a hero. And then I'm hearing the Dragon Ball Super Battle theme on there. I'm like, what that doing on there? What we doing with the Dragon Ball Z Super Battle theme up in here? We ain't supposed to have that battle thing. We supposed to have a brand new battle thing. I'm used to, and I know a lot of guys are also used to, when we get a Dragon Ball Z game, at least back in the day, we get this new theme song with new singing by what's his name, Hironobu Kageyama. He'll make a new song for us, and we'll be doing our thing, and we'll hear a new song, new cutscenes. One time we had Flo doing Cha Lion Battle of Z, but we'll have a new song. But when we got that Battle of Z, I mean not that Battle of Z, that Dragon Ball Super second opening, I was like, oh man, what we doing out here? And I like the pictures. It's too bad we can never see those pictures again. They won't let us watch the theme song again in this game. I don't know why. We just see the Earth. We see the same thing that we see in Battle of Z when we start up Battle of Z. And I'm like, oh no, this game started up like Battle of Z. And then they put us in a weird training sequence with Goku and Vegeta. And we never see that again either. Never. Like, there's a lot of things we never see again in this game. And it's hilarious to me. We just never see it again. So then you get in there and I'm like, all right, let me go on rank. All right, I can't get online. I understand it's early access. I won't hold it against the game. So then I go to episode mode, which is story mode. And oh man, it was jank. It was jank. They was the slideshow mode. They were showing us the slideshows for real. I was like, oh man, what y'all showing me the slideshows for? Come on, y'all can't give me them slideshows. Y'all got to give me some real deal Dragon Ball Z content, but y'all giving me the slideshows. I'm like, come on, man. Them slideshows wasn't voice. And then we'll get into a cutscene. They stiff. They like, oh yeah, I'm Piccolo. I'm Goku. Yeah, give me back my son, Raditz. Raditz like, I'm your brother, Kakarot. You'll never get your son back. Come to Saiyan like me. And then I'm like, oh man, wait a minute. Then we just get to fighting Raditz. And then when we fight Raditz, we know something very funny. Raditz is cheating. Raditz blocking everything. Raditz ain't going down. I'm like, come on, Raditz. What's up with all this defense? How I'm going to play the game and learn my combos. And then there was that moment when I realized it was not fun to fight none of these characters. Like, fighting the computers was just terrible. I was like, man, I'm not having no fun beating these computers. And you're like, oh, they're too hard. Get good. I'm like, I don't think the issue is that they're too hard. They just block too much. So, like, I'm never going to get a chance to do my combos. I'm like, come on, man. Even when you lower their difficulty, they still blocking like crazy. I'm like, come on. I can't practice. We need the story to be like simple so we can get a grips with the game and then move on to online. But you have a better chance figuring out online playing against regular people than you do ever fighting the computer. The computer just feels terrible. Like, I'm fighting that computer and I'm like, why that computer computing? He needs to stop, slow down, smell the roses, calm down. But this computer man out here trying to take me out. Get that computer man out of here, man. And then you get to the grade 8 battle. And the grade 8 battle always funny because people will be like, oh, get good, I'll get good. Oh, no. I know everybody went to that grade 8 battle day one. If they didn't step into online rank, they got clapped out by that grade 8. That grade 8 took them down. They didn't know how to do it. They were like, oh, let me see if I can get into my spark in it. They didn't know. That grade 8 was just boom, boom, shakalaka, boom. And this happened in every Tenkaichi game, to be honest. Like, every time you get to that grade 8 going to show you. He going to show you. He going to be in the beginning, in the Saiyan saga. You're going to be, oh, man, I'm ready. I beat Vegeta. It's time to go to Nami. So, that grade 8 coming to get you. That grade 8 is show enough, just waiting on you. Grade 8, smack down. People was raging. Like, man, that grade 8 bogus. So then story mode was just bogus. So I'm over here doing it. And they were missing stuff from other people's stuff. If you do Trunks, so he just missing all kinds of things. Like, but anyway, Vegeta, he missing a whole super saga. So they were just funny with that. Custom battle mode, tedious, didn't feel like doing it. You get into rank. Rank is funny. Because rank is probably the best mode that you could be in, I guess, because until the enemy started getting toxic, like day one, they kind of was. They'd be out there with Broly doing unblockable attacks on you, but it wasn't too bad. Later on, once people figured out how to cheese the game, you started running into some weirdness. Like in DP, you run into Yajirobe's out here stalling you out. You run into Dr. Gero in 19. Stalling you out. It's funny. You got Gogeta out here. Every time you see a Gogeta and you start getting the advantage on Gogeta, he be quitting. That Gogeta be quitting. That Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Y'all remember? He be standing with his hands folded, ready to quit. I be like, man, that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta quitting, man. And people talking about we want GT in the game. I ain't never ran into no Super Saiyan 4 Goku online, no Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta online, no Oob online, no Shenron online, no Baby Vegeta online. So what y'all complaining about 17 for? I don't see y'all picking nobody from GT. I was picking GT, and I'm getting beat online. I'm like, man, I'm out here for a whole time. Omega Shenron running it up. Super Baby 2 was my GOAT. I'm always picking Super Baby too. And that man can turn to a great ape too. He good. You don't never see him online. Nobody pick him. So I'm like, man, y'all want GT, but y'all want to be GT. What y'all talking about? Talking about we want all these characters and we just never gonna beat them. Like, and I understand with them super characters, they drop the ball on them. It's a bunch of weird stuff on there. But the funniest part was the lead up to the grand finals when you got Android 19 and 20 duking it out for supremacy. And they were just flying up and down, up and down. It was great. It was hilarious. But now we in a new timeline where they starting to fix Spark and Zero. And now that they fixing Spark and Zero, it's been taking some cues from Tenkaichi 3 and they starting to get this right. So as long as they can get their act together, that's cool. This is a team for Jump Force though. Don't forget that. But they getting their act together and hopefully Spark can become better. It started off letting us all down. And that was Spark and Zero. But what do we know? And what do you think? So now we're going to switch gears. Let me see the next topic. Okay, so now we on to the next game. So another game that I was hyped for that I played this year too was Metaphor. Now, Metaphor, if you guys aren't aware of it, like made by Atlas, allegedly by the creators of, Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. And you can tell when you play this game. So if you like Persona or you like Shin Megami Tensei, you might and should like Metaphor. Now, there was one issue with Metaphor, and this was funny. This wasn't even Metaphor's fault. So this was the year where we got Persona 3 Reload, and we got Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. And getting Vengeance and Reload, and then getting Metaphor in the same year, oh man, we were Shin Megami Tensei'd out. We got the Metaphor, and we burnt out from Atlas. We can't really do it. So Metaphor is a good game, and it has a lot of differences. And I don't hear too many people talking about these differences that it has from the base Persona. They keep telling me it plays like Persona, and I get it, but don't get it all the way. So most turn-based RPGs play like turn-based RPGs. Like we waiting on our turn, we choose our physical move or maybe our magic move, and then the opponent does it too. Like all turn-based games play like turn-based games. So let's get that out of the way right now. So from what I was experiencing with Metaphor, let's go over to hit this in checks. We're not going to spoil anything. We didn't beat the game yet, guys, so we still got time. We ain't going to spoil nothing too much. Anything I'm about to say, you done probably experienced in the demo. I'm not that far into the game. So, but what you do notice about Metaphor is their story. We not in high school. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, because no more high school. We in some world full of animomorphic creatures. Some will call them furries, but animomorphic creatures. We'll call them that. We'll give them their technical term. So yeah, we in a world of them, and like the humans are like the Attack on Titans, and them humans being like mad, angry, they grimy humans. They beat you like a Titan in Attack on Titan. But anyway, the animomorphic people are trying to live in society, but they society got some bad government power plays and everything. Real world stuff. They got government and they got foreign lands. They got discrimination. They got all of that. They got all the stuff we be seeing in the real world in the game, except in fantasy land. And they kind of got this knight and motif. It's like it's modern, but in the past, but with furries, and it's just whatever. So anyway, let's get to the combat though. The combat is my bread and butter. I love combat in these JRPGs. That's why I play them. Now they all turn based. They all gonna play like all of them, but when they have their differences be mattering. So, first difference that you notice with this game versus the other Atlas games is you got some SP that you can actually use. So, like now that it's time to use your magic, you can use your magic. You got a good amount of points at the start. Some of the Shin Megami Tensei games do better jobs than others. Some of them will give you more MP. Some of them won't give you no MP at the beginning. Like you got to be a mage to have some MP for some reason. This game still has elements of that, but I appreciated that I had some MP to start off with, or SP as you call it, so that I can actually do some of those moves. And next difference is the formation. You can be in the front lines or you can be in the back lines. And last time I checked, neither Persona or no Shin Megami Tensei had no front lines and back lines in the gameplay. So context of what this does, I didn't really read the explanation in the game, but from playing it and utilizing it, what I noticed from the front lines is what you would expect. You in the front, you're going to take a good amount of damage from them enemies. You're going to take some real deal damage. And then when you in the back, you're going to take less damage from them enemies. So now you can play around with that. And then also when you in the front, you're going to deal more damage to the enemies. So you take more damage and you deal more. And then when you're in the back, you're going to take less damage and you're going to deal less damage. I think that's beautiful. That's how you do it. And it don't cost a resource to move up there and back. So as long as your turn is present, you can move into the front lines or you can move in the back line. What I like to do, I'm about to do a strong offensive move, front line, get the sucker. Now, if I'm about to heal, back lines, heal my teammate. You can do whatever you want. My person about to die, but he still need to do some damage. Back line, do some damage. Don't take as much damage. Get in the back, guard. You might want to guard in the back. Guarding in the back, sure enough, going to be better than guarding in the front. Like, this adds so much to the strategy, putting the person up in the front, putting them in the back. You could put like a tank in the front, have the tank taunt, like, hey, I'm going to provoke you. I want to draw all the enemy stuff to me, and then everybody else chilling in the back. And they're like, oh, we safe. Heal the party. Like, we can do that. And you could never do that in Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. So right off the bat, I saw that. Great. Beautiful mechanic right there. And the other thing that's different is we have the job system in this. Now, job system is something that we get in RPGs every now and again. When we get a good job system in RPG, I'm always grateful. Like, job systems I love them, man. If you played a game like Final Fantasy V, or you play Final Fantasy 12, or you play Bravely Default, or it's some other games with job systems too, or some of the Tales of game with title systems too. But any type of job system, which implies your character, Dragon Quest has a lot of them too. Your characters will perform a specific role. They'll switch to that class. They'll get in that class, they perform a role, and they get abilities that assign them to that role. So let's give an example. You got the mage class. You get in the mage. You do what all mages will do when you in there. You got some offensive magic, and you can deal some damage. You might get a healing spell. It depends on how these games going to do you. But if you want the healing mage, you're going to get to the white mage. And in the white mage, you're going to be healing some damage. You're going to be doing good. And then in some of these series, you get a time mage. You're going to be putting haste on people, slowing them down. You get the red mage. You're going to be out here doing debuffs and status effects. It's going to be a good time. You're going to be poisoning them, all this other stuff. So I like it when you get the class system, because then you can get the mixed match and then put your character in a specific role for a specific purpose, and you can grow them out and then see how you're going to do them and everything. And since you can do that with all of the characters, you have the most flexibility in your team composition in this game than in Persona. Because in Persona, your characters and teammates going to have what they're going to have, and they're not going to be no better or worse than what they're going to have. So here, you can customize your teammates. You can make them whatever you want to make them, and that's great. Shin Megami Tensei, you can kind of do that, but I don't know. Sometimes those demons never scaled up to the higher tiers, and they just suck sometimes. Sometimes you have one with good skills, and they could just never make it through the ranks. And it was kind of funny. So I do like that they have that. They also have these synergies moves, which I'm mixed on these. On the one hand, you can mix and match some moves based on specific archetypes, they call them, and you can do a whole lot of unique abilities. But on the other hand, I saw something immediately. When they made these synergist moves, they took away all our AOE moves at the beginning. They just said, nope, we got synergist moves. You ain't getting that. So the synergist moves were like a double-edged sword. It takes two team members' actions, and it makes a cooler move. Oh, these balloons coming. What the? They took two team actions, and it makes a cool new move for them. But now the design of their move set is going to be hindered in the future going forward. And I don't know if I like that trade-off. If we can get rid of them synergist moves, or we can just make them not alter the design. Whatever. We'll see. Maybe as I go, I might learn to appreciate it or something. But that I didn't like too much. Now, the fact that you can beat the enemies on the open world and then just deal them damage and take them out without getting into a fight or confrontation, thank you, Atlas. Keep that. That happened in Mementos too, when you was the card just running suckers over. But that's a good change too. So we got some stuff. And the archetypes. So instead of personas, or instead of the demons or whatever, you got archetypes, which are basically the job classes. They get one of these archetypes, they get one of those, and then they got the job class, and they can switch them, and they good. They got the archetypes. Archetypes is a good mechanic. That's cool. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. We got the Persona vibe stuff, like the calendar. I don't know why we got the calendar here. And I don't know why we got social stats. Like, they call it tolerance and wisdom and stuff up in here. I don't know why that's in there. And you got your side quests. That stuff actually feels like they need to do something more unique and put it into a different spin, because that feels like arbitrary. It feels like we shouldn't have that, but we do. So I don't know what they're going to do about that in the future, but figure that out. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know why we have it, but we do. So that's kind of funny. But anyway, that's Metaphor. It's a good game. You're going to like it. It's not the same as Shin Megami Tensei. They even changed the name of the moves. The enemy types, we're not fighting no shadows no more. Thank goodness. I'm tired of them shadows. But you fight Birdman, that's tweaking out. But anyway, you fighting all types of weird things in this game. But it's a good game though. Metaphor is good. Great game. You're going to love it. So another game that came out this year. Let's see. Let me check my list. Like Santa, I'm checking it twice. Give me a minute. Oh, okay, so if you guys seen my channel, you guys already been knowing I've been getting into Shadow X Sonic Generations. Like that game, wow. That game blew me away. I never thought we were going to get good Sonic stuff again. Like, now we get okay Sonic stuff and good, decent Sonic stuff, but they never story focused and they never just legitimately good on gameplay. Like something weird is going on with that. But, and they knocked it out of the park. I couldn't have made a better Shadow version of a game if I could. I would put more levels in it, but as far as the levels we got and how they made them, they knew what they was doing. They was in their wheelhouse. And this is frustrating to see from Sega sometimes, because Sega keeps showing me with the Generations games that they know how to make the levels perfect. And then we get the next game and they don't. So I don't know where we going with that, but yeah, Shadow X Sonic Generations was fantastic. Anybody that had that game and played that game, y'all already know that was worth it. Nobody want to take that back. Because like with Sparking and Metaphor, there were some people, buying in and like, oh, this ain't for me. Let me take it back to the store. When you had Shadow X Sonic Generation, you weren't taking that joker back to the store. You kept that one. You like, I might not be good at it, or this is a beautiful game. I'm keeping it. This game's staying with me. But anyway, it was cool. So what we saw in that game was they gave Shadow all these powers that I guess allegedly he might have supposed to have had since Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know if he's going to have it going forward, but he definitely have them here. And for the first time from what I've seen, Shadow was playing completely different than a Sonic clone. And I think that's the best part here, is that Shadow now has his own identity in terms of gameplay than Sonic did. Because for the longest, and you guys can attest to this, you played Sonic and then you played Shadow, and it was like you was playing Sonic because it was no difference. Like, there was nothing. Sure, he looked like he's skating when he's running, but that's it. Here, it's finally different. They even changed the properties of how his boosts work. So, they made it different. They made it different. They made it good, too. They didn't just make it different. They made it good. Now, he operating at like 30 frames per second, but it's a smooth 30. They're doing it right. It's smooth. And then the levels just good. But that's it. There's not much I can say about it. It's a good game. I'm going to review it on the channel at some point. It's a really good game. They did good. They showed out with this. I got not much bad stuff to say. There's one thing, but it's kind of a nitpick. It's like, why is Chaos Island in this game? Shadow don't go to Chaos Island, so what he doing going there? And why he going to 2 levels from Sonic Adventure 2? Now, if we were going to do 2 levels from everywhere, that'd be nice. But no such luck. And the music was kind of not as good as Sonic music is, but the Sonic music is always still pretty good. So, Shadow Generations, like, you get it, try it. You like Shadow, you like Sonic to any extent, you're gonna love this. It's a great game. Great game. But yeah, those were the games mostly that I think that I played that I liked that came out this year. Cause I know there was other things like Tekken 8 came out. Tekken 8 came out. They just introduced like Clive. I can't never say his name. Clive. Wait a minute. Yeah, Tekken 8 introduced Clive, who's from Final Fantasy 16. I tried him. I got beat. I lost. But he's in there. And Tekken 8, they do what they do. But Tekken 8 messed up with their DLC. Their DLC is too dang expensive. So I don't know why their DLC is expensive like that. But, hey, Tekken, watch that DLC. Put that price down. We in inflation territory. We might be in a recession soon. Turn that price down low. On the low. For the go-go. so we can be good. Because Tekken got that price sky high to the limit. And from what I saw, you can't even buy those characters separately. So Tekken, y'all gotta watch that price. That price is gonna mess y'all up. Y'all already didn't give us Tifa. Y'all gave us instead of Tifa, y'all gave us Clive. So put that price down. Don't do this, Tekken. We're gonna be mad out here. Y'all already tried to sell us Eddie, and then y'all got a high expensive DLC. You can't sell us Eddie. Eddie is Tekken. What we doing out here, Tekken? Selling us Eddie. And no Tekken without Eddie. Like, it's just another fighting game without Eddie. Like, hey, I said it. I'm on record saying it. Without Eddie, Gordo, and Tekken, there is no Tekken. Like, sure, we got Jin and the rest of them, but people would think that's Mortal Kombat because Eddie was like one of the first more unique characters. Him, King, pretty unique too. King unique too. But don't try to sell us Eddie no more. Eddie better be part of the main roster from now on. Like, I don't know what y'all trying to do out here. Like, Eddie is DLC. And y'all gave him the Killmonger hairstyle. Stop giving my man the Killmonger hairstyle. No more. No more Killmonger hairstyle. So, we also learned a few other things this year, too. What else? We know that Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection is coming. Thank goodness. They putting 14 games in there. And 14 games that are... games you might have played or never wanted to play, but it's the handheld ones. You're gonna get the Dual Monster Series 1 through 8, which includes Sacred Cards, Eternal Duelist, Receiver Destruction, Worldwide Edition, those cards. I mean, those games. You know, Dark Duel Stories, the ones you might have liked. Who knows? World Championship 2004, 2005, great. You got the Capsule Monsters GB in there, and Destiny Board Traveler for some. I don't know why we got that. And my favorite one, Dungeon Dice Monsters. Thank goodness we got Dungeon Dice Monsters for the win. So that's going to be a collection of Yu-Gi-Oh games. They're coming out early next year in February. That's going to be cool too. That Konami did a horrible job marketing that. Like, I could swear my channel did a better job marketing it. And I'm a small YouTuber, so I don't know how that happened. But I was Konami's marketing team. Because Konami couldn't do it. I don't know what's going on here, Konami. But if I'm going to be your marketing team, make sure y'all put Forbidden Memories in the next game. Like, come on. Give us Forbidden Memories, Duels of the Roses, Capsule Monsters, False-Bound Kingdom. I'm tired of saying it so much. The Tag Force games, just throw them all in there. I'm your marketing team. Go ahead and put those games in there. It's going to sell. But anyway, so yeah, that was on the Yu-Gi-Oh news. We also got news that a new Vanguard EX game is coming. Not EX, a new Vanguard Dear Days game is coming out. Dear Days 2 that comes out early January. It's overpriced. It's like $70. The Yu-Gi-Oh collection is $50. That ain't bad. And for 14 games, this is $70 for one game, and you still going to get DLC to get the packs. Like, come on, card games. What are we doing out here? We can't be doing this no longer. Stop it. Like, we can't continue to do this. This is bad for the game. But anyway, that is that. I know there's some other games I'm thinking that came out this year that, well, the thing about me is I don't buy a lot of games all the time. Like, I buy the ones I want, and there could be ones that came out this year that I didn't try, so I can't really vouch or talk about them. There's another one. Here's another one. Death Note, The Killer Within came out, or I think it's called The Killer Within. I don't know. Death Note something. But Death Note came out, and it played just like Among Us, except I didn't know how to play this at all. I would go online several times, never figured it out, never knew what to do. And people kept thinking I was Kira, and I never was. I was a regular whatever person. And they kept suspecting me, and I think I kept joining games, and they kept losing the games because of me, because they thought I was the bad guy because I wouldn't say anything, but I never was. So I think I was just joining them, sabotaging them. I don't really know. I really could tell you nothing about that game. But yeah, they made the Death Note game. It was free on PlayStation Plus, so if you guys had PlayStation Plus, you were able to just play that for free. That's good. But yeah, that game came out. What else happened in gaming? Because like we did this. Oh, I didn't play Black Myth Wukong. I want to play it. I'll play it eventually when it goes on sale. I didn't play it yet. That's a good game. I heard about it. Didn't play it. I'm sure it's good. I don't think everybody's saying it's good and it's not. So I think it's good. Did Naruto Storm Generation Connections come out this year? It might have. I don't know. That might have came out last year. Yeah, I think that came out last year. It got DLC this year, but I don't know what that game was thinking. Like, I really don't. That game is just doing what it's doing. Like, as far as anime games that came out this year, I know something we got to talk about. Pokemon TCG Pocket, that came out. Okay, Pokemon TCG Pocket came out, and they came out bare bones with no content. But what they did do is, for the first time, they explained how to play at least their variation of Pokemon. They at least got, I don't know if they explained how to play it, but they got, missions where you can get your Barons in there and not just go online and get killed. And the packs look nice. You open the packs, they give you two squares a day, 2 packs a day, and they treat you right, and eventually you can make your deck. You really can't make the deck day one. In my experience, I can't, because I'm also playing it free to play for the most part. Like, so I'm trying to run an experiment. Like, can I make these decks, and can I, get all the decks as I go? I think you can. Just make sure you open your 2 packs every day, and I think you can. But it's the slow way. So like, when the meta is actually happening, I'm never really like in it, because I'm not like buying a whole lot of stuff though. But I will start bringing some of that content to the channel, and I don't know if I can make money from doing this. Yeah, I might put some money into it, but I'm not making money doing this, so I'm not putting no money into that game. I'm free to play. But that don't mean I'm not gonna make those good decks. Like, I got Pikachu EX ready. I got them ready. I got a Mewtwo ready too. Like, I'm still gonna show enough Meet You Online. I still got the stuff. It's just gonna take me a little bit longer because I'm playing it free to play. But I'm still gonna be there. I'm gonna be in the gauntlet. I'm gonna be in the ring. Don't sleep on me. I might come in there and take you out in Pokemon TCG Pocket. But you know how that game go. It's RNG based. I might lose too. Like, sometimes we'll just be breaking with the Pokemons in our hands. We just won't get what we need, and we just gonna go down. We're just gonna go down. Like, I be getting the worst possible hands. Other people be getting the worst possible hands. People be like, oh, this is a great deck. And we seeing them break. We seeing them break. And they going down. And it's good when they're not fighting Pikachu EX or Mewtwo EX. It's good until you fighting somebody else that's great. When you fighting somebody else that's great, you going down. This Pokemon TCG going down. We trying all these alternate decks, and there go Pikachu. Pikachu about to run amok. Pikachu still running. I'm wondering when Pikachu and Mewtwo's Reign of Terror will be over. Because, like, if they run the entirety of the game, that's going to be funny to me. I'm like, man, Pikachu and Mewtwo just running the gambit. They just going to run the whole game. Like, we cannot be stopped. So, I don't know. That's cool. That's very cool. But yeah, that's what's been happening and everything. So, sure, there might be other games that I might be missing and everything. It might even be games I've played this year that came out this year that I'm still missing. Like I think I talked about Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance in the last video too. I did get closer to beating that game too. So I was working on those games in the meantime. I said I was gonna try to finish. I didn't quite get to the answer yet in Persona 3 Reload. I'm gonna get there. I want to try to finish Metaphor though. I'm more intrigued with that one and everything. And I'm working a new job again too. So it's kind of, I'm trying to keep these videos going. I don't want to just give up on these videos because, like, I enjoy doing this. Again, I'm not getting paid doing this, but I enjoy doing it. And it's fun doing it. It's a good outlet for me. I get to play my video games and keep track of the games I'm playing and actually talk about it. Nobody talk about it, too. Like, it's just my brother and some of my friends that don't even play the games I play. So YouTube's kind of like a way for me to talk about this to everybody. So if you want to put something in the comments down below, definitely do it. I respond to all of them. If I didn't, I didn't see it. And it's weird because sometimes YouTube won't show me the comment, but I'll look down there and respond to them too. But I like responding to the comments because we all gamers and we all be thinking some similar stuff. Sometimes I be thinking some radical things that ain't right, or, I need to tone it down sometimes. Y'all be letting me know that too. Y'all keep me grounded out here on the internet. I be out here just saying some crazy stuff sometimes, and then people be like, hey, wait a minute, bro. Play that game again. Check that game again. And then I show enough, we'll go back to that game. Let me look at that game again. That man might be right. Yeah. I must have missed that. I do be missing it sometimes. Like, sometimes I be going through these games, I don't be reading none of that. But it's all good, though. We about to play our games. We're going to get some good games next year. And we had some good games this year, too. I don't know what's been going on with stuff like Concord and stuff. But as far as our Japanese games, we've been doing great. So, hey, that's all that matters anyway, I guess sometimes. Some of them games are good. But anyway, that'll be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll try to get that next episode out not too long from now. we're gonna come up with some cool topics and everything. So we're gonna keep this podcast going. And if you guys want to see other stuff from my channel, I play a lot of different game series, like a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, other stuff and everything. And go ahead and check in there. It'll be cool sometimes. We play the games. We be saying ridiculous stuff. We be having fun with them. We be engaging with the community. We be making weird videos on it. Gonna start making some tier lists and some other stuff and everything. And that's how we do it. But anyway, I hope you guys been cool. Hope you guys enjoyed this conversation and everything. And hey, it's cool. Leave your comments down below if you got anything to add to it. What was your favorite game of this year? What games did you even play this year? What games were you thinking about checking out this year that you didn't check out because you ain't got the money yet and you waiting on that thing to go on sale so you can actually get it, which is a very practical thing. So put it all down below in the comments. And I'd like to see what you guys said. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. This should be episode 3 of the podcast. We need to keep these things going. But it'd be tired. I'd be tired, man. I'd be doing this working jobs and I'd be coming out from a commute. It'd be hard. But on the weekend, I can come out here and make some videos. All right, guys. I'll see y'all next time and take care. Bye. I'm out.